This is being recorded through Zoom for Cannabis Church, the YouTube channel, and for the Cannabis Church podcast on the Murdoch Worldwide Entertainment Network. This is also being simulcast on Resonate Radio over there on the Green Room by Spotify, and we love resonating with them. These are my opinions and do not represent the views or opinions of anyone else but me. I'm not selling any products, and I'm not here to save your soul. Welcome to Sunday service, where we preach the holy healing plant, God's gift to Mother Earth. No judge, just love. All pronouns, faiths, and faithless are welcome at Cannabis Church. We are here to end the stigma of the devil's lettuce and connect to better wellness, personally, spiritually, socially, and for the planet. Whether you need connection to humanity or the universe, or the great creator of your choice, or if you just need some good vibes and to meditate with love and light, all are welcome with green grace in this safe space. I'm your pot pastor, Casey. You can partake in the smokable or edible sacrament of your choice at any time during Cannabis Church. I've already had mine. I'm not here to bless the holy plant because the cannabis plant blesses our endocannabinoid system. It blesses us, just like it blesses this planet. So let me pray. Hello, universe. It's great to be here. I'm humbled to be here with family and with the cannabis community again for Sunday service for Cannabis Church. It's been a crazy week, and I am excited to be here with everyone today as we move forward this week and see where the universe guides us. Thank you for allowing me to be here. Much love to the family. Amen. First of all, thank you to my sister for hitting up Everest Dispensary here in Albuquerque for providing today's sacrament, some tasty sacred sacrament. Thank you to our music director, Brother Darrell Johnson, for bringing that plant love spirit vibe into the room today and every week. Huge thank you and shout out to Ed at ASI Custom Apparels here in Albuquerque, New Mexico for getting me this kick-ass shirt ready this week. Brand new Pop Pastor shirt. Apparently, he had several people try to buy it for him before I could have my niece pick it up. So that feels kind of cool, not gonna lie. And Cannabis Church also has a Patreon out there. If you feel like joining, that'll help keep me in my sacrament. And we also have a GoFundMe where I'm trying to raise enough money to get the charity 501c for Cannabis Church across all 50 states to push legislation and everything the proper way moving forward. So you can check that out at gofundme.com/church startup. Moving can suck, but can be hopeful too. Can be hopeful. Thank you. Damian Legacy is going to be stepping in for a guest sermon on Sunday, August 29th at the end of the month here because I'm moving. Caught off guard. We weren't expecting to be moving, but we rent and the owner is selling the house. Don't blame him. Since Netflix moved in, prices of the housing market has skyrocketed. But here we are. We got to move. And my sister's doing some packing in the other room. There's only so much I can do compared to when we first moved in here 2 years ago on what I was capable of when it comes to packing and lifting boxes and carrying things and doing the moving. And, you know, that's life. Got to move forward. We're moving forward. Now, we don't know whether we're staying here in town or we're possibly moving to another state. I'm hoping to move to another state because the healthcare system sucks in this state more than it does in other states that I've lived in. So I'm hopeful moving forward to a better situation for not just me, but my sister as well, with possibly a new job, not moving backwards, but going back to a job she's done in the past that she loved doing, that she's really, really good at. So that's moving forward, not moving backwards, because it's needed for both of us. She's got her own health issues that are not getting taken care of fast enough in this state. So moving out of this state would be moving forward for her, but you know, we don't fully know yet, which makes the planning of moving difficult, right? Because it takes a lot of planning to move. Packing the boxes, making sure they're packed up right, they're not too heavy for whoever's helping you move. If you can't afford paid professionals and you're calling on friends to come in from other states to help you move. Labeling the boxes, that way you know what's going to the kitchen, what's going to my room, what's going to her room, what's in the family area, you know, what's the communal boxes. Got to label everything. Got to plan it out. There's a lot of planning when it comes to moving. Forwarding your address, so that way you get all your bills to you and all your mail to you. Figuring out the best area in whatever part of the town you're moving to is going to be best for you. You know, what's around that area, so that way anytime you're moving, you know, you want it to be a step up in life. You want to be moving forward. You always want it to be a better situation, right? So I'm very hopeful. I got a lot of hope moving forward. Looking forward to moving. You know, we got some neighbors that I don't want to speak ill of, but they make it so easy. As my niece and nephew were dropping off boxes yesterday, and they're going out there taking pictures of the license plate and saying they're going to call the cops to get them a ticket for their parking. Like, we live at the end of the street. Like, there's nothing past us. There's no need for them to be, and they've been like this since we moved in day one, and our other neighbor warned us about them. It's good to have good neighbors like that. So, you know, I'm hopeful we'll move into a better neighborhood with better neighbors, with nicer neighbors. You know, we do live in kind of a disconnected society these days. I remember growing up in a kid, pre-internet, pre-cell phone, where, you know, I couldn't be doing cannabis church with an open internet going here on my computer and 2 different phones with 2 different apps going. Like, that's mind blowing. But I grew up in that old age, you know, where you're out and about and learning things the hard way and going to an actual church, which is why I wanted to start a non-denominational church where people could come and go as they please. They don't have to pay a tithing. You know, feel free to donate as you want. That helps keep me in my sacrament and can help push this forward as a real church. But that's not a requirement to be here. There are no requirements to be here. If you're moved to be here, then you're here. And if you're moved to check it out later, then great. You know, that's part of moving every day in your everyday life. The amount of coffee I had to take today to be motivated to move forward to do this. Like, I wanted to sleep in today. I didn't want to wake up. I didn't, you know, this whole moving situation has got me so out of it. Like, I didn't write a sermon this week. I got like 5 bullet points over here on my computer. That's it. That's it. Because I didn't want to sit down and write, but I knew I had to be here this week. I knew I'd find the motivation. I knew I would move forward with this. I knew I would be here. And part of that motivation helping me is cannabis. Helping me manage my pain. Cannabis helps me manage my mental health. Cannabis helps me with my spiritual health to be here this Sunday. So I wasn't motivated all week, but it helped me. It helped me this morning, and it helped me last night. It helped me last night to go to bed so I could get some decent sleep, because I haven't been sleeping well this week, and I need good sleep before doing this, because I expend a lot of energy. For those who have seen me talking with my hands and know I'm here wearing my neck brace to make sure I don't hurt myself while talking and overexerting myself, being all passionate and excited about Cannabis Church. But cannabis helps keep me in that, level headspace, so I don't get overly excited as well. Yet keeps me grounded and in the creative, passionate zone to be here for Cannabis Church. That's what cannabis does for me. It helps me move. It helps me move out of bed, move out down here, down the hall to my office to do this. It will help me in the move wherever me and my sister end up next. While dealing with the change, while dealing with the pain, while dealing with the depression of not being able to help. Sucks. Not being able to help your family move. It's helpless. So here we are, moving forward, right? Because that's what we want in life. We want to learn, we want to grow, we want to move forward. We don't want to be moving backwards. It's okay to remember the past. You should remember the past. And forgiving isn't forgetting either, for that matter, right? Don't confuse the two. It's important to remember how you ended up where you are. The people that have hurt you or wronged you, how you've hurt and wronged yourself, so that we don't treat ourselves that way again and again and again, so that we can move forward, so that we're not stuck in the past with ourselves. Because we do that to ourselves more than other people do it to us, really. And I do it to myself more than other people do it to me. I do that to myself. But we don't have to, right? That's what's great about meditation. Diving deep into who you are and who you want to be moving forward. And that's where cannabis helps in meditation too. It's been a part of almost every religious organization dating back in history, no matter what y'all think. There's plenty of people out there doing the research and talking about it that know more about it than I do. Google, do your own research. There's so much out there. Cannabis is a part of who we are as a species. It always has been. It was here before us. It was put here for us. That's what God's gift to Mother Earth. Not just us, to Mother Earth. That's what cannabis does moving forward. Cannabis can help this planet moving forward, can help heal all the damage we as humans have done to this planet. That's what's great about it. We don't want to be moving backwards in our cannabis conspiracy theories and in just all the BS that got us here, 100 years of prohibition. Look where that's got us. We have gut ailments and all kinds of food allergies that I don't ever remember hearing about growing up, that my grandparents didn't have, their parents didn't have. I wonder why that is. Oh, because we took cannabis out of our diet, because we took cannabis out of the diet of our animals, because we took cannabis out of the air that provides the terpenes that helps heal this planet and protect us from the sun, because we took cannabis out of the water that helps heal and purify the water it grows around. We took cannabis out of the earth that heals the earth in no other way that other plants can. It heals everything around it. Mother Earth, the air, the water, the animals, and us. Because that's its job. That's why it's sacred. That's why it's a sacred plant. That's why it's the holy plant. There's lots of great healing plants out there with all kinds of amazing properties that humanity's been using since the dawn of time. But none like this, none like cannabis. So that's why we need to move forward together as a coalition, as a community, as a cannabis industry. Not moving forward too fast, but moving forward with the right pace, with the right intention behind the plant, behind what we're doing as a community, behind what we're doing as an industry. So that way we can get legislation correct. So that way we don't have to put up with tiny packaging for, you know, if we want an ounce, we don't have to buy it by the gram, by 3 grams or 8s and all the, you know, we're cannabis people. We're concerned about the environment. Our packaging should reflect that. So should we be invoking a loving spaces cannabis industry and cannabis lovers and enthusiasts and cannabis users who are medical patients like me, or whether you are a religious cannabis user like myself and like some people listening in here that I see in the audience on Clubhouse. It's moving forward together so that we can continue to have these CBD expos and these cannabis expos and different types of trade shows and events so that they don't get shut down, so that we don't get in trouble. Because the more of these we have, the more people who are scared to come forward and scared to come find out and get an actual cannabis education, the canna education, so they can come to these events and find out what they know is bullshit, that they've been told all their lives by the people around them, the they. So that way we are creating more safe spaces for people to come find out about how cannabis can change their lives, the way it's changed our lives, the way it's helped us, the way it helps me be here today, the way it helps me stay calm about whatever is moving in my direction, moving forward. Because so much is in the air right now. I can't make plans. But that's what we need to do. We need to have each other's backs, be a little more patient, be a little more kind and compassionate, smoke a little more cannabis if that's what we need to do, right? So how do we, those are the questions, how do we move forward as a cannabis industry, as a cannabis community, communal? That's the question I have for the congregation today. The cannabis congregation, that feels cool to say. I'm gonna say it again, the cannabis congregation. For those viewing this later or listening in on the podcast, but especially for those live now on Clubhouse and on a green room, that's my question. How do we move forward, congregation, as a cannabis community in all the positive, right ways? So that way we can keep the businesses in our hands. We can keep the social equity in our hands and where it needs to be with us, the people. Not being taken over by big tobacco or big pharma. Big Pharma, as someone called it yesterday. I like that, big pharma. Because they do more harm than they do good, in my opinion. But it, you know, that's neither here nor there. I understand the need for certain medicines, and those needs, I just know what certain medicines have done to me in the past, and that's another reason I'm here, and the why on why I'm here. Because cannabis has helped me when those pills did not help me. And the why on why I'm here. Because my sister overdosed. She was a nurse anesthesiologist. I just thought she was an alcoholic, maybe dabbling in some pills. How was I supposed to know she was taking home her own medicine from work and putting herself to sleep at night? Without a cannabis stigma, maybe I could have got her finally smoking with me, because she didn't care that I was smoking in her house as my caretaker. She didn't have a stigma on me for that, but she had a stigma on herself. It was hard enough to get her to even try some of my CBD brownies, but she enjoyed them and they helped her with her overall pain. So how could have cannabis helped her and saved her, right? How can cannabis help and save so many people? We already know it helps shrink cancer cells. It helps with epilepsy, helps with MS. I mean, it helps with so many things. We can't officially say that, but we know. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but I know what it helps me with my own personal arthritis and neuropathy pain. I know where it helps me in my regular life, physically, mentally, and you're damn right, spiritually. Yeah, I've felt that spiritual connection for a long time. And thanks to the cannabis community, I can come out proudly and be your pot pastor this week at Cannabis Church. Thank you very much for being here. I'm going to send it out to the room, to both rooms here in 2 seconds, and so we can talk amongst ourselves. But I am just humbled that you guys are here on both platforms, and thank you for the warmth of the cannabis community and bringing me in. I can't tell you how grateful I am and how honored I am to have met so many of you and gotten to know you in these spaces and outside of these spaces as well. So with love and light, let me pray. Thank you, universe. I know you want me to be happy, and moving forward, things will work out for me and my family in the way as best fit for us. And I pray for everyone out there that they can move forward in the way that is best fit for them and their business and their family and their community and their spirit and their mind and their body, and for their cannabis use. I pray that the legislators can wake the fuck up and get some actual cannabis people involved so we can get laws done the proper way, and we can end the stigma and end the prohibition and start healing this planet, healing society, and healing ourselves and healing each other through the holy plant. Thank you, universe. I am humbled and so grateful to be here. Amen. And now with that, much love. I relinquish the room to you all. I'm going to invite some people up on Clubhouse.